the way of things. I had a couple of interruptions, namely one of them being dinner. So you know what? Let's just sum up the week. So I've got a few things that I need to do, including recording a new Elder Scrolls episode. So that's going to be happening tonight. And just generally, so here's the overall plans. I have some cleaning I need to do. I need to make sure I get to bed at a decent hour because I've not been feeling great. And then, of course, I want to make sure I'm like make it to work with. I've noticed because of the snow, I'm like getting in a little bit later than I want to for work. So I'm trying to like push that time earlier, but there's always a trade-off for that. So I'm going to be very sharp at keeping like 3 hours, possibly less, but I really want to try and get like a 3-hour stream in if I can. And I'm going to shut up and let you enjoy this cinematic. I'm going to enjoy candy. Right. I have some wine gums. I really like chewy candy. It's been a while since I got some last stream, but I don't normally eat candy unless it's on stream. That's terrible. So yeah, basically I have a bunch of stuff that I want to get done. I want to clean the apartment. I kind of told myself a room a day. And unfortunately, I was planning on doing that before cast. And then I found out I didn't have any cleaning supplies. So I went out and got some of those, but that took up all the time that I had sort of scheduled ahead of time. So I'm going to be doing this live tonight. Then immediately following that, I'm going to record the next Elder Scrolls episode. That means tomorrow's episode probably will be shorter. There is an outside chance that it may not broadcast. And the only reason for that is I have noticed that the Twitch and YouTube uploaders are a little inconsistent. It doesn't happen very often, but there will be some times when, even though I've sort of kept the browser window open and everything, it locks up. It might have something to do with the fact that it's just such a big file. But one way or the other, I definitely run into some problems getting the thing up and running. The thing I hate to admit is it is probably more likely that the episode will go live on YouTube on time than it will on Twitch. But with that in mind, we're streaming now, probably shorter or at least a slightly abrupt ending to the stream tonight. Tomorrow I am planning to have the next episode up, but you never know what'll happen. Wednesday we should be fine with the normal stream. And basically everything kind of continues on for the rest of the week. But next Friday, or the Friday after next Friday, so Friday of next week, I'm going to be taking that off. It's the Global Game Jam, and if I can, I'd like to attend and help out a team or just otherwise participate. Again, it's one of these things of me trying to involve myself with the local community, even though I have no ability or talent, but that's never stopped me before. But, of course, we have Battletech in front of us right now. So, incidentally, Paradox has got a sale going on right now. So let me... that's... There we go. I'm just going to enjoy another wine gum. And I'm going to take a minute to see if I can find that sale. Okay, so keep in mind these are in Canadian dollars, which means if you are buying in US dollars, it's going to be a bit less than what I'm reporting here. But the base game is 66% off, about $15.50. That's rounding. For the base game, you can get the season pass for $42.74. Urban Warfare and Flashpoint are 50% off, so that's basically $11.40. Deluxe Edition content is $7.25. The only thing that's really not on sale is Heavy Metal. That's still $22.79. Again, these are all in Canadian dollars. And seeing as I am already talking about where you can buy this stuff, I was a Kickstarter backer for Battletech, and I did buy Flashpoint and Urban Warfare on my own dime. However, I was given a copy of Heavy Metal for promotional purposes. So, of course, as always, a big thank you to Triple Point and Harebrained Schemes and Paradox for the keys, especially because I know I'm a smaller streamer and apparently have either locked up the game or stopped the sounds from going through. Maybe this has something to do with the fact that I tried to pick up that sale. Do keep in mind, of course, any sale recommend. Oh, there we go. Any sale recommendations and all of that kind of has to be kept with the fact that I was given something for promotional content in mind. Speaking of further sales, let me just take a quick second here because I know Humble has got a sale going on right now. Now, if you buy from Paradox Plaza, all of the money goes directly to Paradox. There's none of the platform fees. Let's take a look here. And it looks like Battletech is not on sale on Humble. So there's a sale going on Humble right now. And you can definitely use my affiliate link. The best bet if you're in the live channel, it's just down below. I sometimes remember to put it on the YouTube videos, but I forget. I'll try to get a little bit better at that. There's a few things on there. But the big one for me right now is just trying to find the best place for you to get Battletech. So right now, if you would like a good price on, well, I mean, I think Battletech's worth it at the full price because that's what I spent for it. But obviously, if you want to get it at a discount, it looks like Paradox Plaza is your place right now. And I will also take a look. Shadowrun. So yeah, Shadowrun's also not on sale on Humble, but it is part of the Paradox sale. So if you've not picked them up already, the Shadowrun games are very good, and I think it's about $5 for Hong Kong. Anyways, I really enjoyed the whole series. The only thing I'll say is that if you want to play all of them, play Returns first, just because it was the first one. And while it's not a bad game, it definitely sort of pales in comparison to the bigger budget. Well, I mean, obviously each game in that series is going to be building on the previous one. You get to reuse stuff from the older games. You don't need to build it from scratch. Well, that doesn't mean that like they didn't make new stuff, but like obviously you're not recreating all of the work like it is for Returns. So I sometimes feel I'm a little unfair to Shadowrun Returns just talking about it that way. But I say that truly with all love and respect for that game. I am a big fan of it. All right. Anyways, let's move on. So we've got a few heavier mechs in the group, I believe. So it says travel to Mector. I think it's for a contract, but I actually don't remember. As far as the barracks is concerned, I think we have enough mech warriors. Yes, Zap took a spill, but we're okay. Okay, these are going to be the last two wine gums. Sorry to you have to hear them. Dr. Murad arrives at the briefing, her arms full of succulent red orbs. Look, the first harvest from the hydroponics garden. Sorry, you know what? I'm going to just swallow this thing properly. got to be really conscious about eating stuff on stream, because if it's like a video, it's kind of okay. But if you guys have to hear the whole time through, that's really annoying. So sorry, I'm just really snacky right now. Okay. Dr. Murad arrives at a briefing, her arms full of succulent red orbs. Look, the first harvest from the hydroponics garden. Those tomatoes? Darius asks. She tosses him one and he bites into it, then sighs with satisfaction as he wipes the juice off his chin. They are. Tomatoes, strawberries, watermelon, squash, basil, and that's all just the early harvest. With studied nonchalance, Sumaira snatches her own tomato from Farah's arms. The crew will be thrilled, Commander. How do you want to share the news? Hello, Outworld. This game is sexy and your voice is sexy. This looks to be a very sexy BT stream. Well, thank you very much, Outworld. Actually, let me just double check. I'm slightly nervous about my how I'm tagged. So let me just take a second here. For those of you who do not know him, hey, we are properly set up. Pradzui Smock, thank you very much for that host as well. All right, so I don't think it's changed since the last time you were here, but you just came in time to. I don't remember. Were you streaming, Pradzui Smock? I can never remember if you host straight off of a stream or if you just do it out of the kindness of your heart. But I will tell you about Outworld. Outworld, actually, I did my very first game of MechWarrior Living Legends with him, and that was a disaster, but not because of anything to do with him. It's because it had a bunch of people who were very experienced in that game, and me not knowing any of the controls. So, I'll admit, I actually am, I'm one of these crazy people who actually rather likes MechWarrior Online. And that game works for me in a way that it really doesn't for a lot of other people. I actually really like what Living Legends is trying to do, and I actually really admire the fact that they've kept going when the player base is so small. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to getting back into it. But the one challenge that Living Legends is running into me is that I actually have a multiplayer Battletech game that I really enjoy. Well, like first-person Battletech game that I really enjoy. So it's a slightly tougher one for me to kind of, like dedicate a ton of time into. But with that in mind, he has been doing a great sort of MechWarrior Battletech run. He's been doing a lot of the classic games, some games I've never seen before, as well as... By the way, if you have not tried it, do check out MechWarrior Living Legends. It's a really neat fan project. It's from a old game I'd never even heard of before called Crisis Wars. And in some senses, the design is a little old-fashioned, so it's almost like Counter-Strike by way of Battlefield. But it's a really neat idea for a game, and again, because it's got the CryEngine, there's a bunch of really cool pyrotechnics that they throw into some of the maps, and just generally fun stuff. So, what's my favorite FPS BattleTech game? Well, the only ones I've ever really played. Is I played MechWarrior 2 and MechWarrior Online. I haven't actually played 3, 4, or the more recent one, 5. I also don't know if MechWarrior 1 was a first-person game. Anyways, this is a terrible shout-out for Outworld. Absolutely no worries about the host. I think that charity is a lot more important. But for those of you who are in Twitch chat, you can obviously see that Outworld has got his purple checkmark. He is a talented and a partnered streamer, Australian, so definitely if you're looking for somebody who goes outside of my normal hours, somebody to check out, and particularly if you guys like Battletech stuff, he's definitely somebody who is worth checking out because he's been doing it really well. Now, that doesn't mean he doesn't do other things. I've seen him play everything from Domina to... why can I not remember the name of this game? I've completely drawn a blank. Oh yeah, of course, Mortal Kombat, which probably is less of a surprise given his name. Really friendly guy, another camless caster, and I think one of the things that's going to be most interesting is he's been debating on doing some modeling streams. I've seen a paper, Mad Cat or Timber Wolf, depending on how neurotic you want to be about the names. It's a very good looking model that he made, and if he does some more model painting in the future, I think that'll be making a good cast even better. So please do check him out. And also, obviously it's not a bad time to mention Australia, so if you happen to have a couple of dollars to put towards the Australia fires, wouldn't be a bad time to do that now. Where else do we have? Prozzy says, used to stream myself. Nowadays, your laptop is not up to the task anymore. You're too tired to do it anyway, although you might go back to it when you get a new laptop. Yeah, I mean, the big thing is that if you want to, like, grow the channel, that advice of, like, having a regular streaming time really does help. And obviously, any disruptions to that regular streaming time become a challenge. But you'll get into it. Basically, consistency is a big thing. But the big thing is that I think a lot of people forget is that getting big on Twitch is not necessarily the goal. If you don't want to make a career of it, the number of people who watch you may be orthogonal to your enjoyment. There are some people who definitely enjoy smaller atmospheres and can manage that a lot better. It's very different to have thousands of people in a channel, and while I can't necessarily say that's been true for Twitch, although there have been a couple of times where it's at least in the hundreds, the Steam streams have reached thousands of people, and it's a very different chat dynamic, and it's sometimes one that may not necessarily be as enjoyable as the other one. So honestly, if people want to stream, you should do it, but clearly that's the whole idea of having some certain follow number or some number of concurrent views. Obviously, it's fun to share stuff with people, but it's a very small thing. Clearly, there are things that I could do to make the YouTube channel a lot bigger and more popular than it is, but there's only so many hours in the day, and so ultimately, I try to do the stuff that keeps me interested enough to keep going. But I'd be happy to see any streams that you do wind up doing, Prodziwi. Correct me if you're wrong. You've been spamming MechWarrior games lately and played some old Mortal Kombat. That would be for Outworld, yeah. All right. Let's throw the garden party. Dr. Murad stands in the center of the hydroponic garden. She brushes a melon tendril away from her face as she addresses the company. I want to thank our commander for making the creation of this hydroponics unit a priority. The fresh produce we can now enjoy is only the beginning. We're also growing medicinal herbs to use in the medbay. As I'm sure you've noticed, the air in this pod is much more enjoyable, which would serve to improve shipboard health. Farah flashes you a smile. So I'd like you all to take a deep breath and raise a tomato or strawberry or whatever you fancy and salute to our commander and to our new garden. The entire crew lets out a lusty cheer, followed by the sound of contented munching. Morale increased by 2, we lose 15,000 C-bills, and we gain a +3 medical point boost for 30 days, which will be good news for getting Zap back into the fight. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, every once in a while, I shouldn't admit that I do this because then people are going to want to get in on this, but suffice to say, it's not a stream thing that I do. It's stuff that I do in private for people who may or may not be on Twitch. But I do actually I do actually do private streams for people. And it'll usually be to show off a game. 2 games I actually sort of workshopped before streaming them. So like Wolfenstein I wasn't going to do until I showed someone Wolfenstein New Order, and they were just laughing the whole time. So I had to share it then. By the way, Outworld, have you gone back to the base game on this yet, or are you still enjoying your clan mods?
Those upgrades you asked for are online, Commander.
Okay, work on our Argo upgrade Gamma pod is complete. This is going to be a little bit of a balancing act just because I don't have a ton of money. But let's take a look at what we can get away with. So we're looking, oh yeah, half a million for better experience. With the trading space completely packed with battle pods, mech warriors can engage in lance versus lance competition. That inevitably means teams, logos, and pennants. Large-scale competition means even more experience for participating mech warriors. Each mech warrior with less than 30,000 total experience will gain 50 experience points per day. I got a design for my simulator team's insignia ready to go, Commander. We're gonna get the shirts made, maybe even some warm-up jackets.
Roger that, Commander.
I'll get the crew moving.
So obviously I want to do the med bay at some point too, but that's 2.25 million sea bills at a time when I can't necessarily afford that. So having taken such an effort to get installed, you're scared to remove it just yet. Had to downgrade the base. Oh, that sucks. Varitemector Commander, ready to proceed with our current contract? No, because I don't know what that is. So let's start by... Oh, also, I'm actually going to remember to train my mech warriors. All right, Beefeater still needs to get his top tactics.
What's up, boss?
Behemoth, I am kind of inclined towards hammering the piloting. I think I'm going to get Behemoth to go down sort of the same path that Glitch did.
I'm here.
Cherry Bomb has no experience to work with. One thing I kind of wish that this game would do, and maybe I've just misunderstood, it doesn't seem to give you a total of experience. So when it says that you've hit your like 30, if they've got like 30,000 experience, there's actually no way to tell whether or not these people are gaining that experience or not. Rank Master. Master Mech Warriors are extremely capable on the battlefield. They exhibit expertise in several or most skill areas with 3 abilities. Behemoth is an elite. Few mech warriors earn the right to be called elite. They perform incredible feats in battle and exhibit a mastery of at least 2 core skill areas with their abilities. Commander, this is you, the commander of your mercenary company. You cannot be killed in combat, but can still be injured or otherwise sidelined through normal means. Behemoth Ronin. This mech warrior is a unique character. You may only hire this mech warrior once. If you fire them, or if they are killed, they will not reappear in any hiring halls. Ooh. I'm assuming that's the same with Glitch. Okay, should actually take a look then. I didn't realize that there was the Ronin trait, so looks like everybody else is still there. Any Timberwolves or Marauders in Outworld's modded one? There is. Rare? Well, like the Ronin seems to be. I mean, these are the default like starting heroes. So I don't know if there's any others that that show up. We'll figure it out. Okay. I don't think we actually did any upgrades, but oh, interesting. So that's definitely after the clan invasion. Okay, it's a destroy base mission in the Highlands. Heavily armored pirate band is taken. Ah, you know what? There's gonna be nasty stuff that wants to eat me. So, with that in mind, I should consider bringing as many big badass mechs as I can. So Glitch is now in the Victor. We've upgraded her. Definitely want to bring the Highlander. I figure actually the Highlander probably should be Behemoth's new thing, seeing as I'm going to give her like the high piloting monstrosity. Now the interesting question here would be for Beefeater. He has a high tactics. His gunnery and whatnot actually isn't all that great compared to the others. So like there's sort of the dragon argument, but it's just like an AC5. Like that's really not that impressive of a mech all told. Trying to think who's got like a big. I mean, I could throw him in a hunchback, and at least we have the AC20 to do some, some devastating stuff with. And then there's the question about Cherry Bomb. So in this case, it's kind of a matter of like who do I run around for scouting and whatnot, or do I even want to scout? Like maybe I just take the Vindicator. Well, you know what? Maybe. think I will still keep Beefeater in the Blackjack just because of the comms gain. So that's sort of given me a scout. I'm just trying to think of the best way to deal with Cherry Bomb, who's got a... So she's got the Bulwark, which would be a nice one to have. You know what? I think I'm actually going to throw her in the Dragon. Let's see how that works. It's going to be kind of a... oh, Outworld, feel free to drop a link whenever you want. You don't need any permissions or anything like that. This is a little bit of a wacky lineup, but I actually think I can make this work. So throw the Dragon in some cover, take advantage of the Bulwark, and then she's still going to be dropping fire with the AC5. The reason why I'm putting, the reason I'm putting Beefeater inside of this one is the it's kind of my scouting mech, but it still has some decent fire as well as the resolve gain. And then there's a bunch of different arguments for Cherry Bomb inside of the Dragon, but I am kind of curious what happens with a turn 3 sort of called shot expert. All right, let's see. I think this is my first 3.5 skull mission. And yes, I'm going to have another wine gum, but only while it loads. And then I'm going to like throw it to the other side of the room so I can't have any more. Oh, but it's on the handbook of the economics of like the arts and stuff, arts and culture. So they're, you know, I really want to read that during the cast. So, all right. Heavily armored pirate band has taken control of a facility on Mektor and is using it as a base of operations for raiding and terrorizing nearby settlements. The Restoration authorities do not have the local military resources to assault the base, given how extensively they're entrenched. We need you to destroy the base so that they can no longer use it as a staging area for their criminal acts. If there are enough pirates there to present a problem for local authorities, we should be prepared for a tough fight, Commander. I got to pilot an Atlas on the mission with Kamea, but unfortunately the melee strikes just weren't happening on that one. We did have a wonderful Highlander burial though, so that was fun. Commander, our target is just ahead. You need to knock down enough structures to cripple the facility. Watch for fixed gun emplacements and enemy defenders. These pirates have nothing to lose, so they'll be desperate. There may be additional enemy units deployed away from the base, so keep your eyes open. Oliveira out. Okay. Honestly, so the problem with this is that if they want to put defenses all up along these paths, they can rain hell on us while we're in the water, but being able to get into the water will give me a nice little heat bonus.
Got it. I'll do what I can.
That may not be the done thing actually, because I've got so many people with Bulwark. I might want to keep them in the tree line, so put them along the edges here. All right, something to think about one way or the other. Can I jump you further? No.
I copy. You betcha. Roger.
Thanks, Outworld. I like this look quite a bit. Okay, so apparently, oh, I didn't even look at the territory. This is going to be kind of awkward to get everybody off of this spot then. But the good news is I would have wanted to jump my blackjack anyway. So it's a little risky putting him out right out front. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put him right out front like that, just so I can get to the tree line if things get scary enough. All right, so this is an an archer. It's got some 40 and 50 tons. So this is the heavy. I would have done a precision strike on the leg, but the thing is that it's kind of entrenched right now. So for now, I'm just gonna soften him up.
All weapons committed.
Well, they're not joking when they say there's some serious firepower. Big question here is going to be whether or not I feel brave enough to reserve. And in this case, yes. It's a risk because, of course, the Blackjack's going to be eating all of the fights. Hey, Pax Cecilia, how you doing?
Minimal.
Assassin was one that came in heavy metal, I think, right? Yeah, this may not have been the done thing to
Warning. Armor breached.
let my Blackjack take all of that. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna reserve. This is a big risk for me to put Beefeater in, but I am gonna reserve because we're gonna be able to have a pretty hefty reply on that archer. If it attacks, then it's gonna lose its shields. Oof.
Warning. Damage critical.
Okay, so I know what I'm doing with Beefeater next round, but now
Yep.
now we get to have some fun.
Moving to position. I'm taking this job.
Waiting on you, Commander. Uh-huh.
So the aim here is going to be to leg the archer so that I can get the sweet scrap.
Firing everything I've got.
It's a good start. Hello, the Eyes of Sin. How you doing?
Orders.
I should have held off for your arrival because there was this wonderful moment
Aye, aye.
where oh, what am I doing? I should have jump jetted. That's a pity. Our farm produced some goodies.
Engaging.
That's a very lucky Gauss hit. Oh, Christ almighty, I didn't even think that the turrets would be able to go after the Blackjack. This could be really dangerous.
Warning. Armor low.
Yeah, there's no way the Blackjack's walking away from that without some... Actually, he's knocked down. Alright, that's more medbay time for my, my commander.
Warning. Stability lost.
That is a damn shame.
Detecting mech warrior injury. Battle mech operational.
Holy crap, that is so much. There's like no armor anywhere.
Engaging target.
I think I'm just gonna have to keep him back as a sensor. Anyway, sorry. So yeah, we had a garden event that made me think of you. Is all I was trying to say. So, but thank you very much for stopping by. I'm always delighted to see you here.
Okay, I'm on it.
I really want to take that other leg on the archer. Okay, good. Not so good.
Warning. Armor breached. Internal damage.
I hear
So
ya.
Glitch is the one with the really devastating attacks.
Uh-huh.
It's not necessarily just the Gauss rifle on this one, but it's the fact that she has a really high chance on the called shot.
Got it.
Cool. Okay, that's great. So even if the blackjack
Did you see
gets
that? Did you see it?
gets slapped around, this is a pretty big coup for us. Can I jump you into the water? Not really. All right. Well, let's walk you to the. Nope. You know what? Jump you into the woods then.
Lifting off.
So, I really don't have that many solid targets, but we'll go for the assassin.
Engaging target.
All right. If they'll go after the victor, I'm happy with that. We definitely need to get rid of that turret, though. That or we need to kill their vision. Okay, so... the name of the game is definitely going to be safety.
Engaging jump jets.
This is definitely one worth a precision strike.
Engaging target. Enemy mech.
I'm going to try and get the dragon right into run interference on the cicada. Ouch. That's going to be a long time in the med bay for Beefeater.
I'm here.
But we're going to have some nice archer scrap.
Okay, I'm on it.
So, I mean, what could I have done better with the blackjack? I definitely wasn't expecting the turret. I actually don't have any indications on where the turrets are. That's a big deal. I think the other thing, I probably should have assumed that there would be other mechs in the area and that, you know, jumping in wouldn't have quite been enough. So like that's just a pure blunder on my part. Like there's really no way that I can be too mad about it, but still. I'm gonna feel okay using the jump jets here. Just because I'm going into water. Now, how quickly do I want to end this?
Taking the shot.
Could you imagine if that was a head hit with a Gauss rifle?
Waiting for orders.
At this point, I think I'm just gonna close the gap.
On my way. Got it.
Used up all my... Oh yeah, I'm not getting the extra resolve because of
Walk on me.
good old Beefeater. So this is the point we start going to the woods.
Standing by.
Big problem here is with the loss of Beefeater. I've lost my. That should be. Oh wow! I was really expecting that would be enough to knock the pilot down. I've really lost my scout. So the ideal with the dragon is I'm going to get into melee range on this thing. But there's going to be at least one more round of
Damage minimal.
heavy turret attacks.
Good to go.
Okay, so want to be careful about the
Engaging jump jet.
be careful about the turrets.
Affirmative.
Probably didn't need to alpha strike that.
That's a kill.
Orders.
You know what? We'll take our. You know what? I can afford the jump jet. Not really great odds though. That's slightly better. So if I just do a standard walk, it's still not a good chance.
Affirmative.
Alright, let's work with this.
Firing full complement on.
They got a
Ooh,
sensor lock
that
on.
dragon's gonna have a bad day. That's not really all that well armored for my mechs, but I'm gonna be able to get that melee on the cicada, which will hopefully give me an edge.
Reporting light.
Hell yeah.
Aye aye.
All right, the moment of glory.
Scored a critical hit.
So good news here is we don't need to worry at all about the turrets now. We've knocked out their sensors for as long as the cicada's down. Oh, that's right. It's gonna walk right back up again. But we do get a called shot on its leg.
Commander?
All right. So glitch is running a little hot, but I can live with that.
Got it.
Warning. Enemy reinforcements detected.
As a suspected, Commander, we picked up additional pirate forces closing on your position. All right. That's going to be. Ooh. That's going to be ugly. I definitely want to take out this leg, though.
Enemy down. They've got a sensor lock on me.
So yeah, good news is that glitch is in the woods, but it's going to get a little tough.
Lifting off.
All right. Do I go straight for the center? I could try a cheeky hit to the head again. How much armor's on the head? 45. Yeah, we'll go for the hero shot. This is definitely a very dirty trick to put a bunch of guys, like an entire lance behind one of my central characters. It's not looking too good on the dragon. Still standing though.
Damn it. I got
Give them everything you've got.
Okay, we definitely got to get Cherry Bomb out of there. Unfortunately, the weak leg is still going to be exposed. I think I might also go for a vigilance on this one, just to help her with keeping steady. Means I lose my targeted strike, but...
Confirmed.
The one bit of good news is when I finally get to do the Highlander burial.
We're getting outflanked. Armor's holding. Can't take many more hits like that.
This is ridiculous.
Reporting structural damage.
Oh my god, so that was like... I don't know if that was 1 or 2 rounds.
You can see daylight through my armor.
I am amazed that glitch is still standing after that.
Moving to position.
Yeah, this is all damage in the places I don't want to have it, but... Let's work with what we've got. So we got some guys exposed out. You know what? Spread the love. I don't get to do what I'm for. Alright, so medium lasers on C. Basically, it's the breaching shots to get through the rest of the nonsense. The SRMs are really just to try and unsteady the dragon here.
Here we go.
That sucks.
Ready for orders.
Alright. So now the real question is, do I want to go for my Highlander burial, or do I want to try and take advantage of this Gauss cannon? I don't have the breaching shot. Yeah, actually, you know what? I feel so dumb doing this, but...
On it. I've been sent to rock.
Please leave the autocannon alone.
Reporting internal damage.
Oh, very nice, Isaacson. There's no way. Either the leg or the AC's going.
You bastards! Weapon system down.
Let's hit him hard.
This mission's kind of BS. But... maybe it's just because it's the first time I've encountered a mission like this, but... I definitely feel like I was set up with a couple of situations where I don't know.
On my way.
All right. This is really just to knock this guy down.
I'm taking the shot.
And we failed to do that. This is probably gonna... That was brave.
Took a hard hit there.
It's not looking good for Cherry Bomb. If we lose the dragon, it's quite possible that we lose this
Internal damage.
that we lose this fight.
Damage minimal.
Okay. So good news is Cherry Bomb should be moving before any of these guys. Bad news is that the AI might be using the turrets, might be able to get some shots off.
Waiting for orders.
Alright. Now, what are my chances on these guys? I'm definitely feeling like the dragon is the higher priority target, especially because I'm not necessarily going to be able to fire all of my weapons here. There is kind of an argument for the Vindicator, but... And looks like it's weak in the legs, so... we'll let him have it with everything.
Firing everything I've got. That's a critical hit.
Good to go.
Alright, so we gotta do a vigilance here just to keep her from getting knocked over. So the tricky question here is, do I want to throw my weight behind a hit, or do I want to try and do like a close range attack? Honestly here, I think we're just gonna do the good old-fashioned fisticuffs. At least knock something down for a while. That might be a good one for the dragon to pick off. Ugh. This is definitely not looking good now. It started so well, but I'm gonna definitely say
Barely hit.
putting an enemy, like, no warning about where the enemy lance is gonna come from behind, like, your primary damage dealer is a level of nonsense
Armor left in that location.
that I only remember from, like, the really early days of this game.
Light damage. Holding firm. Reporting heavy damage.
Okay, so
Receiving you.
gonna, as much as I'd love to keep doing some melee attacks, I actually need to be thinking about the safety of my assaults.
Engaging jump jet.
Roger.
It would have been nice to try and take a piece off the board, especially with a back shot on the Wolverine, but
Good to go.
gotta work with what I've got. So the jump was a really tough call to me. Like, my preference would be to go into the water. The thing is, I think that exposes me to too much. Well, what's my to hit? There's an outside chance I can make this work. This is a very risky play to be doing right now. Yeah, especially with the overheat. What am I looking at? My sides really can't afford too much on overheat. Yeah, it's only the one. Okay. This definitely has some potential.
Roger, Commander.
Not enough, though. I can definitely live with a bulwark.
I'm under heavy fire. Let's get this done, folks.
This is fascinating that they're going for the Highlander. I would have thought that they'd be going for Glitch right now.
Reporting major armor loss.
Big thing here is that the Vindicator is fresh, and I mean, it's got a PPC. That's nothing to sneeze at.
I'm taking heavy hits, Commander. Oh! Hit! Armor breach! Internal damage!
Alright, if there were a way that I could get behind this guy without doing a jump jet, that would be amazing, but I just don't see it happening. If I did a jump... It's kind of got to be all the way. But I actually think that is one of the ways I'm going to be able to pull this out of the fire. That is definitely not the heat I was expecting out of that. So this thing's got 16 left. I don't have much left on my AC. This is the big question. Do I really want to leave it to the medium laser and the SRM? Let's go for it.
Right, Commander.
So she's in danger from the missiles, but I do have some evasion. And more importantly, I got a piece off the board, so... it's a 45% chance. There is a side of me that really wants to just throw this into the water. It's not the right move, though, because... I need my bulwark. I could do vigilance, though. So if I jump this, that's still not a good to hit. Okay, so if I just straight up move, there are okay chances on the Vindicator. I think I'm going to have to live with the Vindicator hits. So if that's the plan, is there a better, closer range? Yes, this kind of gives me all of the possibilities.
Roger.
It's obviously way too close to the Shadowhawk, and I don't have any of like my movement chevrons or anything like that. But at this point here, I just want to be doing some damage. And you know what? Let's maybe not try and go for the hero shots. Let's try and just take the thing out from the center.
Roger that.
All right.
Eliminated.
I like the Highlander. Oh, glitch. Those orange numbers aren't looking good. Still, oh god, there's no armor left on that
That
thing.
got through my armor, Commander.
Okay.
Commander?
There's got to be some decisive moves here. So number one, I got to get her in the drink. So basically, I need to take out their ability to look at us. If I don't, we're done. Okay, we'll take out the medium laser. Now, the question is, do I want to try for the breach? Or, well, apparently it says I'm still getting the breaching shot, so that's 40 armor. I don't think this will be enough for a kill, but...
Got it.
Okay, I can shut up.
That's a kill.
Okay, so now the trick here is going to be I need to get eyes on the bad guys without without exposing glitch.
Commander.
So that's fine because we have a way of doing this.
On the move.
Now this would have been what Beefeater and Cherry Bomb would have been doing here. They would have been using their sensor to look at the turret.
Good to go.
At this point, I'm going to just position myself
Coordinates received.
a little bit better. I don't remember if this thing has an... it's only an SRM. Okay.
Waiting for orders.
So I'll take shots of opportunity with glitch, but I'm not going to commit to anything. The name of the game here is going to be to get the Highlander in range of one turret at a time and just, you know, take them apart piece by piece.
Receiving you.
Okay. So again, this is breaking the rule because I'm able to see more than one turret at a time. And we got plenty of ammo on the Gauss rifle and whatnot, so this should be... Wow, that thing actually takes a lot of damage. Okay, so just need to repeat that.
That turret is gone. Commander? Moving fast.
So against my better judgment, I am going to try and get Glitch involved where I can. I'm going to kind of keep her in reserve.
Orders.
So if I jump, it's not the thing I want to target. All right, that's fine. We can take our time.
Got it. Waiting for orders.
So I think I'm going to get her to follow the same path as
Double time.
Behemoth. If Behemoth has been able to get through these areas, then that means Glitch can too.
Commander.
Alright, not crazy about the heat buildup on this. Another concern as well is whether or not these buildings count as having any kind of line of sight on me. So it won't do anything that has ammo.
Locking on target.
I'm reading heavy damage to an enemy structure. Bring it down.
Good to go.
In our own time, sir.
Affirmative. Yes, Commander.
The big trick here is that even with like 4 chevrons, there is a danger with exposing myself to the rest of the bad guys. I think I'm just gonna do that here.
Jumping.
This may not give me enough kind of... maybe. We'll see.
Targeting for an alpha strike.
Cool. Just gonna rinse and repeat that for the rest of the
Turret destroyed.
round.
Waiting for orders.
Glitch can join in on the building destruction a little bit later, but the real killer right now is the LRMs. Until I can find the LRM, I'm not risking anything. Okay, this is actually a really tough one. The reason this is tough is I open myself up to 2 turrets out in the open like this, and it's unlikely either one of them is going to be... Oh no, ASL. Okay. It's a little much to think that I can get through that. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to take the long way around and make sure that I'm in a better position when I'm ready to engage them.
Double time.
I hope somebody does a mod where the Highlander gets it killed.
Commander?
Okay, and as always,
Affirmative.
we stay in the woods.
Good to go.
Okay, so let's see if I can get away with this jump. Ah, so close. It does, however... Yep. Does give me a shot on this guy. So I was thinking I would jump down to this valley, but this is fine because I also get a high ground bonus against it. Okay, so Shredder turret I don't really fear as much as the missile. So this will be nice. This frees glitch up to kind of do whatever she wants to the buildings.
Good to go.
Just as long as she doesn't stay in line of sight of the
Right, Commander.
the missile turret. So this thing's got 75 left.
Right, Commander.
Enemy structure eliminated.
Waiting for orders.
I will admit, it's a shame. I can kind of see why. Like, I'm assuming that jump jets can't be an excuse to do, like, any move that you want. I was really hoping to be able to jump down into that valley, though. Alright. It's the last target, so I'm a little more comfortable exposing my Highlander here. Ooh, I do not have... Okay. So I don't have enough to take this thing out, but we'll at least set ourselves up for its reply.
Roger that. Commander?
So sadly, there's no real option for glitch to add. Well, how much of a hero do I want to be? $74.
Got it.
I probably could have rethought that. If the AC didn't hit, there was no way that that thing was getting taken out, but...
Next warriors, show them what you've got.
Alright, so now this is just a standard cleanup job.
Firing on target.
It's dead already, stop!
Target eliminated. Waiting for orders.
It's 93, so target practice with the AC.
Get your lance to the LZ, Commander. I'm coming in hot.
Well done, you managed to wipe the Op-4 out. I can do an extract right now. No need to get to our planned LZ. Alright, let's see what the Butcher's Bill is. I'm pretty sure Cherry Bomb's dead, and Beefeater's probably out for like 90 days. Alright, excellent work, Commander. I was right to put my faith in you. You're a critical part of the restoration effort. So, actually didn't pay that much. 25% for the pirate garrison, 10 for destroy the base turrets, 10 for destroy the reinforcements. Cherry Bomb is killed in action, and the dragon... Oh, yeah, that's right, we lost the AC 5++. So Johnny will be unhappy. But yeah, so now the dragon is a walking death trap. Glitch is MVP, so she's out for 8 days, though. Oddly, not too many repairs to do on the Victor. Highlander definitely did the Lord's work on this one here. Also didn't get a scratch on it. And the Blackjack's going to have some repairs, but the big loss here is the 60 days that Beefeaters... Yeah, I say this as Cherry Bomb is killed in action. The big loss is apparently my my commander. Oh, this is a shame. There's a whole... I mean, the whole reason I legged the Archer was so that I could get the scrap. All right, well... as it turns out, there wasn't 3 scrap anyway. It's a couple of very beautiful medium lasers, short lasers, but obviously the Archer is the big prize. So we got Vindicator part. Okay, so we have a spare Vindicator. We've got 2/3 of a Wolverine and some pretty standard scrap otherwise. So yeah, for what we got paid, that was definitely a much tougher mission than what I thought that was worth. But That's life. Can't win them all. Let's go take a quick look at the memorial wall. Lady Centrella is ready for to meet us on Weldry, Commander. I've filled a contract in the command center. Well, we're waiting the 30 days anyway.
It's cleared for fighting.
The Avenging Angel has only 4.5 tons of armor and tries to make up for that with greater speed and jump capability. I'm not sure its test pilots were all that happy with the results, but the Vind 1AA is still the fast way to move a PPC and a few LRMs around the edge of a fight. Alright, so... that's actually really interesting, which... apparently this one has less firepower, less heat efficiency. Yeah, that thing's going to storage. Cherry Bomb has died. Alright. Memorial Wall time. So, first casualty, Decker, lasted 151 days with us. Medusa also died, so these were the two starting characters. So Decker died to an enemy commando. Medusa fell to an enemy Jenner. Cascade lasted like 11 days and died to the urban assault vehicle. Grumpy had 50 days with us. There was an enemy demolisher, so hit in the head by an enemy demolisher. That was a particularly annoying loss, I seem to remember. Spear lasted 2 days, fell to an enemy Vindicator. Motley was definitely, had some good voice lines, as well as was a particularly useful teammate. Enemy Bulldog wound up taking him out. That was actually a good long-lived mech. So we're looking at, I think, 273 days with the company. And then finally Cherry Bomb, who enjoyed 203 days with the company and fell to an LRM turret. And of course, we're going to be given all of our money back in the mech bay. So let's think. We definitely want the heavies up and running right away. I'm probably going to use the Blackjack more than the Dragon. I'll admit the Dragon has kind of replaced the Centurion for me, and having difficulty sort of getting it quite working out how I'm supposed to use it. That's fine. We'll work it out. I also need to reconsider. Do I not have AC2 ammo? Yeah, I do. I also want to reconsider this comm system. It may be that I want my commander to have a different mech now. So Behemoth gets the Highlander. Glitch gets the Victor. I might change the comm system to the Phoenix Hawk. The thing is that I feel like I should have higher guts if I'm going to do the Phoenix Hawk. So you know what? We'll keep the family's ancestral Blackjack for now. I don't have any other fancy... I feel like I'm missing a heatsink in this loadout. Nope, just left torso heatsink. Fair enough. Okay, I'm going to keep the status quo for now. I definitely want to reconsider what my commander's mech is. I mean, obviously an Atlas at some point, but... Okay, that was a really nice AC5 I just lost. Well, I can put it back in. Why not? I'm putting way too many good things in a walking death trap. But if I just hoard these, they're not really going to help me that much. So the crazy thing is that I might... see, AC5 isn't really that good. I was thinking, maybe I put the commander in this one, but do I not have AC5 ammo? Yes, I'm just an idiot.
On it. I'll let you know when that's done.
Okay, this is the order that I want things done in, and realistically, as far as the company is concerned, I'd reconsider hiring one person for sure. Of course, if I hire someone now, they get all the time and the training in like the simulator.
Training complete.
So now I need to decide sort of a secondary path for Beefeater to go down.
Orders.
Gonna wait on upgrading Behemoth before I go any further, just because it'll be more expensive when the financing comes along. So realistically, what are we looking at for... To get the company back in action, we've got 11 days. We have a financial report coming up in 7. For the extra training time, I'll hire someone new. Actually, before I do that though, let's try and make it a Cherry Bomb 2.0. 5568. I might want to change that. Actually, no. You know what? Guts and Tactics will be a great combo as a scout, and then I can think about putting Beefeater in a different setup. There could be. Okay. So Tyrant's probably got the best stats out of everything. They're not exactly a full replacement for Cherry Bomb, but they're not terrible either. So, all right, Tyrant is a Canopian commoner. The life of a commoner is much the same throughout the periphery, where conflict and limited resources make for a hardscrabble existence with few opportunities. Entry-level corporate. The inner sphere and the periphery are run by powerful corporations as much as noble houses. And even an entry-level position in one of these interstellar firms is prestigious and rewarding. So we're basically hiring Tyrant so that we can put him in the simulation. One thing I do want to check, though, is if there are any Archer parts. Yeah, so if I want to spend 750,000 C-bills, I can get a really sweet... Oh, no. Apparently, I have a different Archer. Cockpit mods. So injury resists are always nice. I mean, to be completely honest, the money that costs me now, yeah, I'm going for it.
New equipment available.
That's definitely going to save me on the medbay trips. Okay, so next question is our contract. So we're not doing War Council until the commander's back. So I guess we'll have to do flushing them out. This is an urban battle. Okay, and I think we are going to bring the trebuchet on this one. So it's going to be a lean month because of all the stuff that I just bought, but...
Got a new financial report for you, Commander.
Okay. Again, normal pay seems to be where we go on this one. Now, we're still working on the black. Yeah. It's gonna take a quick minute here and say. So Highlander actually has a few things that I want to equip it with if I can. So there's the gyro, which is a +1 to melee hit. That definitely seems like a big improvement. Question is where it goes. 3 slots. So yeah, I have to put that in. Ooh. This is an interesting little guessing game. So obviously I can't put a gyro in the... So, like, there's a side that says, okay, we'll put the heat sink in the arm, but do I really want to do that? Yeah, screw it. It's an extra melee hit. That's gotta do. Double heat sinks provide twice the efficiency of standard heat sinks, though with increased bulkiness. Like standard heat sinks, their effectiveness can be impacted by the surrounding environment positively or negatively. Doesn't seem to have any direct negative for putting in my arm, though, other than the fact that I'd lose it if I lose my left arm. And then, I mean, Behemoth is already a pretty hardy character, so in this case I'm just going to do the +2 entry resistance cockpit mod. But
Logged and noted.
now the Victor.
Right. I'll get it in the schedule.
Again, obviously the priority is to the stuff I'm going to be taking on the next mission. All right, we're up and ready to go. Obviously, I'm forcing myself to live with my mistakes. There's sometimes I'll like do a save where it's like it's a little too much pain for a stream playthrough, but generally I want to try and live with bad decisions if I can. So here we're going to do Flushing Them Out. It's a 3.5 skull mission. I definitely don't want to try any 4 skulls right now. But I'm slightly going to adjust the lineup on this one. I think I'm going to have some skill problems on this, but let's see what we can work with.
Yes, Commander.
All right, so Tyrant doesn't have any skill points yet.
Ready for orders.
Behemoth can get her extra piloting.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Waiting for orders.
Glitch is ready to go. So yeah, the question here is, do I want to save up for the extra guts? In this particular case, I do, because heat is still a problem, and I've moved Glitch away from melee engagements right now. Now again, she is inside she's in a really tough mech that should be good at doing at doing melee attacks. But in this particular case here, I'm really just sort of thinking about where the biggest added value is, and the fact of like basically her being able to put out as much damage as possible is the higher priority right now. So we'll save up for the guts.
Here. I'm receiving you.
And Zap, what do we want to do with you? I mean, I can make you a better shoot. I seem to remember I keep putting him in the trebuchet. So yeah, we'll start with the gunnery. The extra 2.5 to hit. And then it's a tough call whether I want to go for tactics or guts.
Mech warrior training complete.
Tactics is nice for the called shots, but honestly, I don't do called shots as often with the missiles. One way or the other, let's interesting, it overloads without saying. I'm not sure about that choice. Okay, and actually it looks like we have two missions. So we can do Flushing Them Out, or we can do Capturing Production. Capture Base strikes me as a particularly thorny mission. So let's start with Flushing Them Out. We'll see how confident we are after that mission. So, we've come a long way together, old friend, but I fear I have another favor to ask of you. Our fortunes are married together. Aid us, and we will aid you, as it's always been. We would not ask this of a lesser ally. So the good news is this will cover my monthly expenses and then some. The bad news is that the salvage isn't great. So, seeing as we are going against some slightly stronger mechs, I'm going to take less payment in favor of more scrap. And the rationale behind that is going to be that I can always double back and go for a what's the right way to put this? Like, I can either go for a higher paying or like I can sell off some of the scrap. But given what we faced last mission, I'm going to focus this one a little bit more on trying to get some good hits on some stuff. Now, the traditional combo has been to throw someone in a Phoenix Hawk as a scout. The alternative, of course, would be the Vindicator. The Vindicator doesn't exactly have the same range, but it does have the nice PPC on it. I keep forgetting this. Yeah, this has got the cockpit mod, so this is actually good for injury resistance. Then the last argument would be the Hunchback. The drawback with that one is it doesn't have the jump jets. The real problem is the way that I use the Phoenix Hawk, I always put it into a place where it's not really able to protect itself. This guy's gunnery is not too great, so I suppose the last would be to say the Shadowhawk, which is nice and protected. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of it's the all-rounder. Well then, but that's the same argument for the Centurion. Although, in the case of the Centurion, it probably winds up losing its AC-10. Big thing is that, like, I'm really partial to the Phoenix Hawk. So, this is a dangerous one, but I'm gonna just be much more strict with myself, saying that this is to get eyes on people, this is to have maximum distance, maximum visibility, and any attacks are sort of secondary considerations. I got a used book today. I was really excited to get this one, but it's a used book site, and I specifically put in the ISBN number for the second edition of this thing. It's called Logic by Kalish and Montague, and then there's a third author that was added to the second edition. Paid a bit of money for it, and the reason it was so cheap is because it was the first edition. The first edition's really inexpensive. The second edition is quite expensive. And it's already like a month late. So to the credit of the bookseller, they did like give me the money back and said I could keep the book. But it's like one, it was definitely advertised as being in better condition than it was. And like basically people have written solutions in pen in this book. And I'm like, you're just a dick. Yeah, it's not the book I ordered. Like, there is a difference between first and second editions of this sort of stuff. Anyways, the comic relief factor would have been worth it. I mean, given the way it's worked on this game, there's some times where I can sort of imagine, like, the RNG definitely seems all over the place. So, anyways. We believe the Oregon Directorate has landed an elite lance on Mektor. Its continued presence inside contested territory is unacceptable. It threatens to distract our own forces trying to track it down and engage it. We need you to locate and eliminate this lance. If these guys are that hard to track down, they must be pretty competent. Expect a tough fight, Commander.
Command interface initiated.
Keep our eyes peeled, Commander. This feels like a trap. Oh boy. Got some unexpected readings from long-range surveillance, so we might have company. Press the attack, but don't leave yourself exposed. Oliveira out. Alright. So we definitely got some fancy buildings that we can go on. I just want to make sure that I don't abuse it. So we're gonna watch all these cars pop.
Advancing, I guess. We've got company.
Okay, there's something there. I will admit the urban biome is really fancy. First of all, as soon as I found out that you can destroy knock buildings out from underneath people, that was amazing. But right. That's a 65 ton. In this case, I'm willing to do the reserve. We've got some decent chevrons here. Let him come to us. Aha! It's more than one. We're gonna reserve to position 1.
Holding for tactical advantage.
Alright, there's an 80 ton on its way too. So we're gonna try and stay on the left-hand side if we can. Jägermech! It's gonna be tough. Okay, so the plan here, I'm gonna get the team to... So the team's gonna focus on knocking down its chevrons, and then I'm gonna get either Behemoth or Glitch to take out one of the legs. So the damage is kind of a secondary consideration. In this case, I'm just going to fire the large laser. You know what? Medium as well.
Die.
That was unexpected. That's probably an Atlas. Alright.
I'm ready.
This is going to be a little tougher. This thing doesn't have any jump jets, and I really don't like the idea of leaving this thing out in the open. But it is probably going to move after me. No, you know what? I have a better option. Just stay in the back.
Onward.
This one, the aim is knocking down chevrons rather than anything else.
Firing.
Commander.
We'll start this off right. Big old Highlander sitting on that, on that building. What could possibly go wrong? So the super temptation, of course, is to try and do the called shot with the Gauss rifle, but...
Good to go.
Ooh, now that did not go according to plan. So apparently I don't have a shot on this thing. If I jump, I do. I don't know how I feel about this. So problem here is that the Victor's now exposed to 60, 90, and the Jägermech. So that thing's got 65 plus its leg. Let's go for it.
Firing everything I've got.
What now?
So the aim with the Phoenix Hawk definitely has to be to just keep moving. Motion is going to be the thing that keeps it from getting annihilated. Of course, it'd be nice if I can get a shot on the... I mean, at this point, I want to start doing some damage to things. This is interesting. Okay, well, I'll be able to at least verify that this is an Atlas.
Ugh, here we go.
Oh, it's a Cyclops.
Orders?
There is a side of me that's inclined to... I think I'm going to reserve on this one because the Jagermech is currently sort of fortified, and I don't think it's going to be next next turn. Johnny, the dragon has successfully killed each pilot. Like the last 2 times I've had it out, it has successfully killed the occupant. How you doing, Johnny? For those of you...
Fire damage, Commander.
For those of you who don't know this handsome man, Johnny Big Time is currently finishing off Luigi's Mansion.
I await your command.
I really like watching Johnny. I will watch Johnny play anything. He has got a tremendous charisma and just a great attitude towards streaming. I've got a couple of... So this project has only had kind of halting progress on it with him. And this is like purely on me. All right, now this is an interesting dilemma.
Ready for orders.
Let's just get into the fight. But yeah, it's kind of, I've sort of had halting progress on this project I've been working on for Johnny, but it's going to be really cool, and I'm glad that he asked me to do it, and I'm really looking forward to showing you the end results when the time comes. It would have been nice to take out the legs, but at this point, I just want to knock out the Jagermech. But yeah, Johnny is responsible for lots. I mean, the thing that's great about Johnny is not only is he really good at the stuff that he does on his channel, he is really good at kind of bringing in little sayings or this kind of unofficial memes for the channel, just by virtue of his personality. So he's added, he's brought in the dragon. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation one, number one, word one, exclamation mark.
Waiting for orders.
This is definitely the sort of stuff that I like. This is the stuff that I love having Johnny in the cast for, because he always seems to come up with something clever like that. I think I am going to hit the Jagermech on this one. This is not the smartest choice that I could have made, but it's really weak right now.
The Cobra strikes.
The question now is, do I want to use glitch on the... No, I know what I'm using glitch for. Ha, bring it.
Waiting on you, Commander.
So can't quite get her to the water yet. I'm trying to get a good shot on this Cyclops if I can. It's not a good shot on the Cyclops, but it is a shot on the Cyclops. No, that's the quick draw. Sorry, I'm trying to shout out Johnny, and I'm utterly screwing it up. Anyways, Johnny... actually, Johnny has a copy of Battletech, so there's a side of me that hopes that he winds up doing this so that I can experience the dialogue version of the dragon. Really? Huh. Cyclops, a hard target. Okay, so 70 looks like 70 is the best that I can get. I really wanted to do this from a rooftop. But I mean, she is a good gunner, so. Well, I mean, I think the reason it'll work for you, Johnny, is that it's got the stuff that I think made your it's got, yeah. I mean, if we can nail some headshots on this Cyclops, this is going to be amazing.
Got it.
It's got the stuff that made your XCOM run so memorable. That's kind of like the first big thing for me. But it also has the like huge robots coming in and just wrecking everything effect as well. So like as far as stuff that I think I would really enjoy watching you play, like this is definitely very high. So this is unbelievably reckless if I think that this Jägermech is going to be able to do a physical attack on me. It's also possible that these machine guns are going to rip apart its exposed bits.
Engaging.
Oh, okay.
I live to serve.
I wonder if I can... Nope, it's still stuck. I wanted to divide my attention, but honestly at this point I need to protect my Phoenix Hawk, so we're gonna drop the LRMs again.
Let's do it.
Okay, so that's gonna mean I get multiple called shots. Ha! Bring it. Oh! I wasn't expecting a Victor to show up. Okay, so I need to deal with this Cyclops really quick, and then we can draw our attention. So basically, glitches and it's dueling Victors.
What can I do for
So
you?
first thing I want to do is try and get into the water. And I can't. Okay. All right, we're just gonna stand and deliver. I don't like this, but this is an opportunity to take out a super high priority target with one of my better shots.
Got it. Should have run when you had the chance.
Oh, that's gonna be some beautiful scrap to pick up later.
Waiting for orders.
All right, we need you front and center here. So, my first inclination, I'm gonna show you the plan. So my first inclination is just to straight up take out this civilian, the civilian building right now, but that's a waste of the Gauss rifle. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm actually going to use the shot on the quick draw. In fact, this is like a 1 in a million, but honestly, wherever the Gauss rifle touches, it's okay. Fine. I didn't want to do it this way, but whatever the Gauss rifle touches, it's just miserable. But the thing is, she doesn't get to divide her attention to multiple targets. So in this case, like wasting this turn where I could be firing a Gauss rifle shot is a problem. Honestly, I don't want to be firing against a four evasion Victor, but I definitely don't want to be doing a close range shot. I have a better chance of hitting with this Gauss rifle, and I mean this is an assault mech, so
Confirm.
or heavy mech. Wait, heavy or assault? Whatever it is, we just wrecked it. All right.
What? No.
So, gotta be careful with Tyrant.
Affirmative.
So problem here is her evasion's not going to be that good. Good news is, it probably won't matter.
Lucky target. That should do it. They will be done.
So the question now is, do I want to like really bring this thing home and go straight for the legs, or do I want to try and get some easy shots on the quick? Actually, the quick draw has got a whole bunch of evasion chevrons, so yeah, we're going to go for the legs. Okay, I mean, I kind of had to prepare for that, but
Damage looks light, Commander.
okay. So the tough call now is, do I want to? I mean, see, I don't really fear that much from
Standing by.
this quick draw. I think I'm just gonna kick this thing while it's down. That's 60% chance.
Engaging jump jet.
I'm gonna go for the weaker of the two legs. So this thing's 85, 81.
All weapons are go. Think I hit something good.
I would have laughed so hard if it went onto another building.
Waiting for
Okay,
orders.
so Glitch is running kind of hot. Fortunately, that's not going to matter that much because the quick draw really can't do that much damage to me right now. It's going to be a good round for scrap.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately, I only get 3 of it.
Yes. Go, go, go.
Okay.
Hey.
Tyrant's running kind of hot here, and that's going to be a problem. Yeah, this doesn't leave me with a lot of options.
Okay.
Honestly,
let's go.
at this point, this is just about softening up the quick draw. I need to shed a little bit of heat on Tyrant, and then I'll just get the assaults to beat the crap out of this thing. Good news is this thing's also running hot, so it's not going to be able to fire its full complement. I don't know what you guys are talking about. That was a completely normal
Wait
laugh.
for orders.
Alright,
Now
so it's a little scary to put the trebuchet out in range of anything that could be hurting it, but honestly, like, it's a fresh trebuchet and it's a lone quick draw, which I want to try and do as much stability damage to it as possible, so... Oh, he's probably going to do a physical attack on Glitch. Oh, maybe not. I think it's going to be time for the Highlander to do its special move.
I'm taking a pounding, Commander. What's up, boss?
Aww. I really wanted to deliver the hurt. Alright.
I copy.
How much do we have? That's 35 for precision. No, it's 30 for... Okay, good news. Might as well go for the leg.
Scored a critical hit.
Hello, everyone. Oh, sorry. Johnny says, "Oh, you've got 3 different ones. Are those other BattleTech things on Humble DLC?" Yes. So I believe you got the, at the very least, you got the Flashpoint DLC and probably a Shadowhawk pack. So normally I would want to be moving Glitch into some cover here, but in this case we might as well be finishing off the quick draw. So we'll just turn, take advantage of the extra period in the cool.
Firing everything I've got.
Okay, apparently my crack shot couldn't deliver on the
Critical hit.
on the fatal leg strike.
I'm here.
Okay, apparently Tyrant can't quite do her thing. Yeah, you know what? Let's make sure that's in machine gun range.
Moving to position.
Which mech is the one that just that jumps on bitches and smashes them into jelly? That is the Highlander. This beauty right here. And I believe that is a base game mech.
This might hurt. Maybe things are looking up.
We accidentally dropped a building. How you doing? Slupchiflam 3. Sorry, let me see if I get that right. Slupchifalal 3T4. Hola, how you doing? I found you on my System Chalk channel. That would be the YouTube channel then? Thank you very much for stopping by. You've got me at a particularly silly moment because I'm playing Battletech and just wrecking a city. What video did you find the channel through? And thank you very much for stopping by. I actually really like it when people mention that they came in through YouTube, just because for most of the time when I get notifications from YouTube, it's because people have found this one like Battlefield 1 video that I did, and they really like saying mean things about it. So. Good quality. This is so accurate. Putting on weight. Battletech heavy metal. I am going to do graphic elements and arts for your channel. Yeah, I'm really bad at this, Johnny, because like I always assume that people are talking about the YouTube channel rather than this. Follow the URL in my Twitch profile picture. Best regards. Battletech play was amazing. Oh, please don't. See, here's the thing about that video. The introduction to it was very poor. So what had happened was I had this really great conversation about the revolt, like the Arab revolt and Lawrence of Arabia, and how cool it was that Battlefield 1 did that. And I thought, oh, that'd be great. Like, I need to make sure I talk about this stuff on the channel. And like, I don't really prepare stuff for streams. And for some reason, like, I definitely was like late casting and like I was a little bit stressed starting it out. So, and pretty much at that point, like all of my knowledge just kind of left me. And, I definitely just forgot like basic facts about Lawrence's life. And when I don't know something, I usually say, I don't know. But like ever since then, people have gone to this video and like just routinely shit on it. And it's like, it's the usual suspect. So like back when you were able to like see who people were following, it would always be people who like follow like Sargon of Akkad and just all these people who you know are just really awful people in general based on who they're following. I think follow policing is really dumb, but you also can kind of get an indication about whether or not somebody's going to be a problem based on the types of accounts that they follow. And it's just one of these things where, like, I really like the response to, like, Culta Simulator videos, 6 Ages, Hive Time, even some of the Battletech stuff. People leave these really nice, positive comments. The Stellaris stuff, I tend to find there's a lot of people who want to, quote-unquote, help make me a better streamer by telling me how to do it. And I'm like, you know what? watching videos doesn't make you good at making videos. It's like, it's one of the reasons why I tag everything like stream now. But like, whatever it is, like, there's definitely like a subset of viewers that like make me really happy to do certain games. But the problem is I think what's happened with that Battlefield video is because so many people like leaving mean comments on it, it's been picked up by the algorithm. So like my most popular video is the Cultist Simulator tutorial that I did. And then the second most popular video is that Battlefield video. And the Cultist Simulator one is really obvious because it was one that was designed for YouTube. It's short. It's, well, short for me. It's designed to teach people a game. Like, it's basically designed to pick up the people who would have walked away from that game because of the lack of a tutorial, and try and bring them in to people who might like the game with a little bit more, maybe a little bit more hand-holding. So that one, like, I'm happy that that one went well because that was something that was specifically designed for YouTube. And then the Battlefield one is me doing a stream, and I didn't have a very good introduction. And like, it's just been something where, because YouTube, you know, if you thumbs up or thumbs down a video, doesn't matter. It counts as engagement. YouTube likes that. To my understanding, a thumbs up or a thumbs down has no bearing whatsoever on your ranking of a video, other than the fact that people did that. Means that that it's a higher engagement video. And I've obviously debated about taking it down, but I categorically refuse to be bullied into taking down a video. Like, I actually had a really good time playing the game, and as far as I'm concerned, it was a very enjoyable session after a pretty brutal introduction. So if somebody has a problem with it, that's fine. As it happens, when Pursuit of Glory, which is a board game, comes out, which deals with the with things like the Arab Revolt comes out, I'm actually specifically doing a video that will be properly prepared and thought out about how certain board game mechanics have translated into that period of history, and I am debating on putting a link inside of that that Battlefield video. Obviously, it will not vindicate me in the eyes of any of these idiots, but at the very least, I can say something. It's like, look, if you came here for Lawrence of Arabia stuff, here's the good one. Oh my god. Yeah, well, I delete the meaner ones, but like, I have to say, it'd be really nice if like you didn't go and look out for that kind of stuff. Like, I'm not entirely sure what positive outcome there's going to be out of something like that.
Mission successful.
All right, so we've got 359,000. So yeah, I mean, after that disastrous mission that we were on before, that was definitely a really good improvement. I have no idea what the ST stands for. I'm assuming like stock or standard. All right, so clearly we wanted the Cyclops bits. The good news, of course, is that we actually have space for extras. So is the arm mod. Oh god, that'd be such a good one to put in the Highlander, but I'd have to give up tonnage for it. I don't quite want to do that. It's okay, so it's my fault that you went out and looked for my video. Is this what you're trying to tell me? I was really hoping that I'd get... So I think this is a different class of Jaeger mech. So like, I would consider something like the Victor. I don't remember if this is the class of Victor I have or not. But I'm thinking the Jagermech. I mean, the reason I wanted the Jagermech was it used to be like this really powerful and really difficult to deal with mech for me. And obviously I've got some better ones now, but I I think I'm going to go for this one because I've already got a quick draw. I've got the Cyclops with these 2 parts. I've already got a Victor. So yeah, we'll lock that in. As it is, we wound up with the extra... Okay, we wound up with the extra Cyclops and the Victor part. And the arm mod and the gyro. Okay, well, that was basically just good overall.
That mech you wanted is back online.
Cyclops 10Qs are a strong support unit, lacking the close-in weapons and command suite of the 10Z variant. This model instead capitalizes on longer range weapon configuration and added armor. The protection and expanded missile racks make the 10Q a significant threat at range in the right hands. So now I have some hard decisions to make. It is actually quite hard to say. So I don't want to go full, like, heavy and assault only. That's going to cause problems for me down the road, because one problem that I definitely run into is Yang's glasses. So I can't. Like, one of the things is, if I get rid of the dragon, Johnny will never forgive me. That would have been like first on the list to get rid of. Okay, so the Blackjack one right now is for the commander, because he's currently the one who... Well, it's that or the Phoenix Hawk. But both of those are for Beefeater. Neutrino V says, so far you've got 3 games after watching my videos. Cultist Simulator, Hive Time, and King of Dragon Pass after watching 6 Ages. You're tempted with Battletech. It looks like a fun turn-based game. I mean, so Neutrino, obviously you need to decide how much you want to be spending and how, whether or not it's really worth putting that extra time into, or like taking away the time from these other things that you're enjoying. And do keep in mind, like, the heavy metal DLC was given for the purposes of promotion, but Paradox Plaza does have this game on sale right now. I believe the base game is like half off. I'll double check. 66% off, so 1547 Canadian. The DLC are 50% off, and then Heavy Metal, which I'm playing, is still full price. So I'm not, I mean, especially given the fact that you've bought a bunch of stuff already, I'm going to be a little more reluctant to advocate for picking up, Battletech, but you know what you're interested in, and it is currently on sale on Paradox. Cost hasn't been much so far, but Battletech is more of a cost if you include the DLC. Exactly. Now, I mean, again, you can definitely enjoy the game without the DLC. There's definitely some free features that were added in with each of the DLC. So you're, but it, like, everybody kind of has their own, limit in terms of what is a good buy or not. Like, it's, like, if you know you're really not going to enjoy the game unless you have all the DLC, it's kind of disingenuous for me to say it's like, oh, you can just get the base game, because, like, if you know you're going to pick up the DLC, then whatever. But yeah, I'll leave it to you. If you have any questions about the game, I will do my best to give you honest answers one way or the other. Okay, so what I boiled it down to, I'm kind of honestly, I'd kind of like to get rid of the dragon, but like I said, Johnny will never forgive me. The quick draw, I haven't actually got much of a use for yet. I kind of wish if I remembered. I kind of wish I remembered what their default loadout was. But in this case here, I think I'm going to replace the quick draw with the Cyclops. So the Jenner has to stay in because it's really my only light mech right now. Phoenix Hawk is definitely in because it's sort of my secondary scouting. Blackjack 1 is kind of the commander's mech. So like these three are sort of my vision. Trebuchet's definitely staying. Hunchback I want to keep for the autocannon 20. Highlander and Victor definitely need to stay. So the ones that realistically are ones that I'll potentially get rid of are either the Dragon, the Quick Draw, the Shadowhawk, or the Vindicator. Vindicator's good because of the PPC. Shadowhawk is a good general mech, so, you know, for that reason, it's pretty decent. I guess the other thing would be the Centurion, but I actually have a use for the Centurion's big autocannon, so. Yeah, sounds good. I mean, again, Neutrino, it's a really tough one for me because, like, I mean, unless people use the affiliate links, I don't see any money for using. I don't see any money for like people buying a given game. Clearly, developers like it when people buy games and they can direct it towards me because it means it's more likely that I'll wind up with more keys in the future. But the big one for me is I just really like sharing games with people, and it's really cool when stuff like that connects. So Steam may not put Heavy Metal on sale, but you have the season pass for all 3 DLC on sale. We're able to purchase Heavy Metal on discount just going that route. That is true. Well, I mean, like, does Steam have it on as well? I know it's Paradox Plaza that's currently got the sale going on, but it could be that they translated that. You are correct that if you buy the season pass, you sort of get the light discount. How much is the discount if you buy the season pass? Because I know like the season pass is like 25% off now. But yeah. Anyways, one of the things that's nice is when people, I actually really like it when people, it's like when people say that they've come to the stream from, I think we're going to move you up on tactics, and let's get that. Go for the, no, we'll go for the gunnery first because we don't get the heat for the guts yet. It's like when people mention, it's like when people mention coming in through the YouTube channel. One thing that's really great about that is like people saying that they bought a game based off of this stream is sort of an indication that like the connection was made, like it worked, and I don't know if I was entertaining enough, but at the very least sort of my enthusiasm for the game allowed someone who may not have otherwise picked up something that they liked to come through here. That's why I like focusing on the positive videos. You remember to use your link if you get it. Yeah. Well, like this is the thing. Like I don't see a lot of money from those affiliate links, and even if everybody who bought a game did use those affiliate links, like the fact of the matter is that I'm a small streamer, so like if everybody used them regularly, sorry, I really just need to commit to a decision and then not save twice, but whatever. I've got a big hard drive. But yeah, where was I going with this? Like, I think if I were to make it so that if I took concurrent viewers and like all of the concurrent viewers were to buy whatever game they were going to buy off of those affiliate links, like I really wouldn't be seeing major revenue off of that. Like ever since Twitch brought in the affiliate thing, the money that comes into the stream is usually pretty limited. Although with that in mind, I'm never sure if I ever get to catch the person who gave this, but Geospace Gongfu did give a donation recently, but it was off. I wasn't live at the time, so I'm not able to properly credit them. But yeah, like, so basically, all that it boils down to is, like,
I have answers.
it's nice when people do that, and it does help me with stuff like, you know, having to replace the video card and whatnot. But it's absolutely never been something where, like, oh, if you're loyal to the stream, you'll spend more on a game, or like, you know, I think the Epic Store is fine. Clearly, there are a lot of people who are really mad about the Epic Store, no matter how many articles or whatever I write about it. Was this the guy you were talking about, by the way, Eyes of Sin? And like, frankly, the amount that I get off of the Epic Store is definitely not enough for me to like do a hard sell and tell people who wouldn't want to, you know, tell people who wouldn't want to, who otherwise wouldn't want to buy off of that storefront, to be like, no, if you're loyal to the stream, you'll do that. Like, honestly, just having people in here to talk with is nice. By the way, for those of you who haven't played Battletech, these are the, well, sort of the record sheets for the mechs. Slightly different layout, but
I'll be here if you need anything.
okay. I think we're still working on the ship upgrade, so I can definitely afford to do another contract after that really good mission. So this is a capture base. We've discovered that the Oregon Directorate has reactivated an old manufacturing facility in this system. To maintain the balance of power in the system, the Urano Restoration needs to capture this facility. You'll make a surgical strike, occupy the base, and hold it until the Restoration forces can arrive to take control. The jungle biome often has climate similar or more extreme than the tropical regions of Terra. Lush plant life and varied fauna are often trademarks, along with the hotter than comfortable temperatures for the average human. So Phoenix Hawk may not be a great idea here, but I do need a scout. They haven't told us what precisely the facility is producing, but given the strength of enemy forces on the ground, it's something worth protecting. All right. I probably shouldn't count on a mission as easy as the last one, but with this combined payday, we're at least covering payroll and getting a little surplus. Okay, so yeah, I mean, actually, this is the really hard one, which is there's a side of me that wants to add the Cyclops to the group. But that then invites the question, like, so there's a bunch of medium lasers and SRM. Trebuchet, that's 2 LRM-15, so that's like 30 LRMs and 3 medium lasers versus 20 LRMs and 3 medium. Well, but I also have the SRM. I feel like the Cyclops is definitely more of like a melee thing, except that it doesn't have jump jets. I guess the big thing is that I don't actually see this as all that intimidating of a foe. Like, I know I was worried about it when I saw it on the screen, but like 20 LRMs, 3 lasers, like this is not exactly the most fearsome. I mean, I can fit it out with more missile hardpoints when the time comes, but I think, you know what, we're gonna get the band back together. It's just gonna be 265 tons. The Dragon is currently being repaired, Johnny, so if this would be the one backseat I would accept. But unfortunately, the Dragon is still we're still hosing out the last pilot. Oops, sorry guys. Hit the wrong button. How are we doing for time? So I've got about 45 minutes before I'm finished with the cast. So we'll see if we can get 2 more missions in. So we've discovered that the right, we already read all this stuff. Okay, Johnny, there's a ton of stuff we need to play. So like obviously more Division. I'd love to do Combined Arms in Battlefield 5 with you. I'd love to do, tons of other co-op stuff. But there is multiplayer, and like you get all the mechs for multiplayer. You can build your own custom lance. So you if you want, you can field an entire lance of dragons, and we'll have it out. I will gladly do that with you.
Command interface initiated.
Okay, so good news is there is a river, so I can possibly throw my trebuchet in there. Drawback is that it's not going to be the easiest path down there. So the manufacturing facility is just ahead, Commander. Before we start our attack, we should recon the facility's defenses from a defensible position. Once that's done, we move in and capture the base. Good luck, Commander.
Okay.
All right.
Stay frosty.
So the game clearly showed that Azure Wind, thank you very much for the host. And a very healthy host at that. How are you doing? Okay. I mean, this is like the one chance I'm going to be able to sprint with the Phoenix Hawk before I want it to do something, so we'll run with that. Let's see whether or not they can see anybody. Oh, okay. So we know that's a Jaeger mech. Okay. Well, clearly we want everybody to just run in as quickly as possible. We will rush the woods. Just because I have heavies doesn't mean that I.
Coordinates received.
This is a lot further forward than I want my trebuchet to be, but that's fine because they'll be one of the first ones to move next turn. Were you streaming Battletech? And hello everybody from Azure Wind's side. I still have not completed the campaign, but this is the most progress I've made inside of it so far, so I'm looking forward to the experience. Okay. I think in this case here, we're just going to focus on what we can do. So this is kind of a wasteful use of the heat for the Phoenix Hawk, but in this case, I'm going to be able to at least get the trebuchet to be working on this guy. It's a quick draw. And friends. All right, so I don't have too much hope for the shots here, but we might as well.
You say so.
Give us a little. You're in the same boat, it seems. Probably early in the campaign yourself. Nice. So what got you? Okay, here's my question for you. What got you into BattleTech? Was it the? Were you a fan of the board game, or did you kind of come to this game because of the digital version? That's a Star League era manufacturing facility, all right. No wonder the Urano Restoration wants it so bad. Be careful of reinforcements. We're getting intel that there are additional enemy forces rallying to the facility. All right.
You need to secure the area, Commander. I'm still seeing hostile contacts on screen.
We just met them, Darius. I really like the song that's playing right now, but it's always quiet, and everybody says that they can't hear it, so sorry. I'll just enjoy it myself.
Got a lock on me.
That's gonna get grim. This is why I jump jetted the Phoenix Hawks. Never played MechWarrior when you were younger. I normally play XCOM Iron Man runs. You've done that for the better part of the last year, so you figure you needed something a little different. And I mean, given the number of times that I wind up with random headshots, I think we're in. I think you're in firm, in good hands with the with the RNG on BattleTech. Sorry, it's been a long day. You've had it in your library for a while recently with the DLC coming out, so you figured it was a great time to get back into it. Yeah, I mean, I was a Kickstarter backer on it, but honestly, I've played it the most now that Heavy Metal came out. Now, in fairness, And again, this is probably for the benefit of your viewers, because this is the sort of stuff that you like. You kind of only have to disclose it once, but the thing is that people kind of come in and out of streams. So I figure I'll try not to be annoying about it, but I'll still try and make sure that, you know, the proper disclosures are made. I did get the heavy metal DLC from Paradox, so this was a nice little surprise. Or not a surprise, but a nice reason to get back into it. I think in this case I'm just going to go straight to the middle of the quick draw. If I can. Jacob Saint, good to see you again. I hope you have a good sleep then. I know you've been playing Factorio for the past little while. For those of you who don't know Jacob Saint, actually, and sorry, Azure Wind, I accepted your host, but then I didn't really give you a chance. Could you tell us a little bit more about your stream? Obviously, you mentioned XCOM, but I'd love to know more. And as it happens, XCOM is something that I've played both the base game and XCOM 2. I haven't completed XCOM 2 yet, and I definitely don't do Iron Man runs. But if you would like, please take the opportunity to sell yourself to the channel, because I suspect if you were into XCOM, there are a lot of people here who would like to see your stuff. This one, I think I'm going to go for the quick draw. The main reason for that is both of these guys have sort of the benefit of the like the guarded and the cover. Well, see, the Jägermech there's kind of an argument for. I don't know. Let's just focus on working down the quick draw. We might be able to just take the thing out.
Roger that. That hit.
Factorio and Frostpunk, that's right, I forgot. And Behemoth is no longer allowed in your lance when she double headshot 2 mechs standing behind with a UAC. How you doing, Aki Wolf? Did you come in through Azure Wind's channel?
Waiting for orders.
All right, so they did get the lock on him, so I kind of want to move back. Now the trickier question is whether or not I want to try and make the catapult sad, the Jägermech sad, or continue on the quick draw. I think in this case I'm going to continue on the quick draw just because it's a little bit shaken up. Great, thanks. The main reason I asked for that, one, it's always nice to kind of be able to say, hey, see how this really cool person brought a bunch of people inside who participated in chat? But number two, if Azure had gone off, I wanted somebody to speak in their stead for why they're an awesome streamer. So no problem, you just started streaming seriously last year. You've had a lot of experience playing XCOM, so you figured you'd try Iron Man Legendary runs on stream. You were insane, but good on you. Then you went into Long War, and that took like 4+ months on stream to get through, so now you're taking a break. That is very cool. Do you know that the people who did the Long War mod are actually developing their own grand strategy game now? Please kill it. Please kill it. Oh. I bet the Phoenix Hawk can probably do something about that, though.
What? No.
Okay, so I can get 3 chevrons on a regular move, or if I jump. Problem is what the heat buildup is. This is worth it. Really want to be able to fire these machine guns. All right. This is a risky play, but it's going to be worth it. Terra Invicta, absolutely. I actually haven't seen the trailer yet. Okay, so let's make sure we're not burning up. So, I mean, again, the thing's got 28 health left, so I'm banking on a lot here with this quick draw. Only other thing I could think of, yeah, well, this is right on the edge. I think I'm just going to go for the medium laser, though.
Locking in target.
Yeah, not enough to finish the job.
Critical hit, Commander.
And I mean, that thing only has a reason to do physical attack now, so that's probably... That probably was not the smartest move I could have made. They are wasting their turns on the Phoenix Hawk, though, so that's nice. I'm gonna have to jump out. Whatever. Oh Jesus, that's two catapults. So I think I need to pull the Phoenix Hawk back and maybe use them for scouting for the next little bit. But Glitch is going to be able to come in and make her mark. They are not the only ones who have breaching shot.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm really happy they're making it. All right. So the real question here is who gets the AC-20 love? All right, it's not the best division that I've done, but this lets me distribute the breaching shots and also potentially kill something.
No problem. I've got enough guns for everyone.
Jesus Christ, she hit both kneecaps on the thing that... Oh, that's good. I should have seen this coming. Okay, still standing.
I just realized I'm sitting on the fusion reactor.
Ready for orders.
All right. This is a Highlander. This definitely should be getting into the fight. It's just also slow. I haven't done any called shots yet.
Affirmative.
Again, this is just really me trying to be a hero, but we've got a lot of bullets to fire, so...
All weapons are low.
Okay, so, tricky question here is... Oh no, both people are going to be able to move first. Alright, so here's the plan. Only real reason I'm moving here is so I can double up the attack. So we'll do multi-target on the Jaeger and the catapult. Now normally I'd love to just throw the LRMs at the Jaeger. Well, nah, I think I still have something that'll be able to knock over the Jaeger, so this is really just doing as much damage as I can.
Multi-attack is go.
Obviously, I have gotten rid of the plan to get this guy inside the water as soon as possible.
This just in. Critical hit.
You like this area? It reminds you of a combination of the Grecian countryside and a South American ruin.
Right here.
I'm gonna have to hire you to write all the copy for the encounters, Sin. Okay, so the real problem on this one is so Tyrant's not in the most secure of mechs. So like I want to be able to do some damage on the quick draw still, but I also want to be able to so I've got a bunch of competing priorities. Like I want to be able to do some damage to this quick draw. I want to get some evasion. You know what? Okay. We'll do a jump. Anything that lets me fire the machine guns is a good move. It gets me 2 chevron. Alright, so it's not great.
Engaging.
This is a risk
Jet.
I'm willing to go on. Now, I normally would have wanted to do a physical attack on it. The reason I'm not doing that is that I wouldn't get any evasion chevrons for it, so... we're going to run hot, but it's going to be... It's 4 different things targeting a 12... well, no, let's risk it.
Affirmative.
Worth it. Yeah, one of the things that's funny for me, AkiWolf, is I am amazed that that thing is still alive.
Oh boy, heavy hit there.
They're almost certainly going to target that Phoenix Hawk again. I think she gets knocked down.
Pull me out.
Yeah, right. Well, some time in the mid bay. Oh, nice. I'm gonna have to pull them out, and they'll do some of the like the scouting for me. But I'm actually not that sad about how that turned out. I think this one we just stand and deliver because we've already got. Oh no. All right, we're still standing and delivering. This is to take out a leg.
Want some more? Huh?
I think it's because of the cockpit that I put in. I forgot that I had one of those. Anyways,
Armor breach.
yeah.
Internal damage.
So one of the things that I keep running into in my own case is that I have these mechs which I know are really good, but I don't have a loadout that quite works for me. So I have a lot of sympathy for what Aki's talking about. All right, so what I think I'm going to do here, I don't think I have the... Yeah, I don't have the... I don't have the precision strike, but at this point I need to start taking some pieces off the board. So this one has the higher expected damage.
Let's see how you like this.
Heads up, Commander.
Of course we do.
Hostile contacts inbound.
This Phoenix Hawk might die, actually.
Internal structure damage. Ready for orders.
All right, so I think we're going to do the same story with Zap.
Acknowledge.
I kind of wish that I wasn't firing into a protected catapult like this, but really I just need to knock it down at this point, so...
Got it, Commander.
I was really hoping we'd knock out its leg.
Oh, I like that shot.
So the good news is my assaults are pretty fresh. The bad news is that like the Phoenix Hawk is in danger, and I'm not quite ready to have like.
I'm gonna die. Yes, Commander.
I don't think I'm quite ready to have like a quarter of my lance just like out of commission.
I get up.
Anyways, let's get you to safety. That was worth a shot. So the real question is, do I want to... Yeah, you know what? Well,
Engaging.
every little bit helps.
That looked like a critical hit.
Hot missile boat on missile boat action.
I'm under heavy fire.
I hear ya.
Okay, so on this one, I think it makes as much sense for Glitch to just... See, this catapult isn't much of a threat right now, but I kind of want to just take it off the board.
This should be good. Did you see that? Did you see it?
That sounded like a tank.
What's up, boss?
All right, now the really tricky part that I find with the Highlander is the closing in. Because when I do, like, so obviously I'm moving in closer like this. I'm completely fine with all of that. But the drawback is going to be that I don't really have any good shots with any of my weapons. Well, here's what I'm going to do.
Lifting off.
So Catapult doesn't have a whole lot of short range stuff to make me sad with. So as I'm closing the distance with the Catapult, I'm going to unload on the Jägermech. And I forgot that I've got a precision strike, so seeing as I have the Gauss rifle, I am going to try on the left leg rather than the right. Actually, it might just make sense. You know, let's not get fancy. Let's just
Acknowledged.
rip the thing apart.
Huzzah! Enemy down.
Good news about the Vector Thrust Kit is I believe that is part of the Phoenix Hawk, so you can't permanently lose it as far as I can tell.
Waiting for orders.
Okay, so I can finally get Zap a little bit closer to that beloved water. More importantly, I'm really looking for an excuse not to fire these medium lasers, so it's not going to be a dramatic shot. Actually, I need to remember to save these because there's reinforcements on the map now.
Standing by.
I think in this one I'm going to reserve. I don't know if that was a miss or what. It was funny, whatever it was. And of course, I've got a nice shot from behind with glitch if it comes to it.
What can I do for you?
Actually, okay, I'm gonna feel kind of mean
Don't
about
need to
this,
tell me
but
twice. Going toe to toe. Yeah, critical hit.
at this point I kind of want to just knock the thing down from melee strikes.
Standing by.
This, of course, leaves the back of the Highlander exposed, but
Take that.
Right here. If you say so.
so normally I'd be really nervous about this move, but that catapult is suicidal if it wants to try any funny business.
Roger that.
I probably have to move that Phoenix Hawk.
Standing by. Engaging.
The ideal is that this thing dies before the assaults get involved, but
I'm receiving you.
okay. How are we for ammo? In this case, we now know that there's another mech in the arena, so I'm gonna. You know what the real bummer about this is? I'm not going to be able to do any sensor stuff. Okay, well that's fine. I'm not actually going to be using this as a. I'm not going to be using this as a missile boat this round, so instead of going into the water, I'm just going to go through the jungle And we can use the sensor lock in other ways. Yeah, we're nowhere near where that needs to be. There's no real point in doing that, but it just made me feel good. I was not expecting that. Thought we were going to be washing out another mech warrior from the cockpit. Okay.
Commander.
Highlanders are made for melee, so
Gauging.
apparently catapults are made to take punishment, so.
Good to go. I read you, Commander. Moving out. Ugh!
Just die already!
Yes, Commander.
So I really do need Tyrant to finish this thing off. Otherwise she is in a world of pain. Actually, here's what I'm gonna do. I gotta get that magical blue circle where I want it. Yeah, that'll do. So that's a 65 and a 50.
Affirmative.
So I'm pretty sure the machine guns don't reach that. Yeah. So in this case, we are going to find out what we're working with.
Sensors locked on.
Okay.
Commander?
So this is, of course, the whole reason we did all this. I'm going to divide the attention on this one. I should have enough. I'm going to obviously pay for this in the future because my heat's going to be really high, but this will at least sort of strip down some of the Thunderbolt. And we might get a kill on the catapult. Not assured, but... Okay, good. So basically, the chief reason for wanting to do that, other than, of course, taking a piece off the board, is now this frees up 2 assaults to deal with whatever's in the jungle.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Okay, so we'll keep Glitch in the
Got it.
jungle, but we are going to use her crack shot to... this is a tricky call, actually. So that's 90. This thing's 45, 16. See?
Got it.
I'm a sucker for trying to go for the hero shots. I did not know that there was a vehicle
Okay, that was bad.
that
Waiting for
did
order.
2 hits. Okay, so we need Behemoth involved yesterday. Still going to keep her in the jungle cover.
Aye, aye. I copy.
Standing by.
Okay, so clearly Tyrant needs to just be zipping around and scouting for us where possible. I mean, it'll be sweet if she can get sort of like a...
Here
like an
we go.
emergency, you know, behind shot on them or something like that. But for now, I'm just going to keep focusing on the Thunderbolt. We've already weakened it. And if we can take some pieces off the board, so much the better. Although the Centurion just exposed itself, so... Okay. That's
Back up through my armor, Commander.
Ready for orders.
concerning. I mean, they're eventually going to find me. The really tough call for me is whether or not I want to keep dropping LRMs on the Thunderbolt, or if I take advantage of this exposed Centurion. I'm not going to do anything with the medium lasers. I am slightly curious. I don't remember if this guy's got breaching shot or not. He does. Okay, so this gives me some options. Okay, so normally I wouldn't do it this way, but seeing as I take advantage of the breaching shot,
Engaging. Multiple targets.
I definitely need to get glitch moving as soon as possible. Wow, they really don't like that trebuchet. Good news is the trebuchet is almost used up its usefulness.
Commander?
Okay, so she doesn't have any evasion to speak of. That is a nice distance. I like the evasion. Oh, and I still get some good shots on the Thunderbolt. Now, I might also get pounded by the... what is that? The Demolisher, appropriately named. But again, I'm still going to go for the hero play.
Affirmative. Enemy down.
Worth it.
Took a heavy hit. Receiving you.
Alright, so basically it's jump jets forever on the Highlander. At this point I'm actually thinking it's a waste of a Gauss rifle, but I don't want to give this Demolisher any more excuses to hurt us, so... I have more than one. Oh boy. Alright.
Right here.
How ballsy do I feel? I really don't have the heat for that. I mean, if I get a called shot... If I'm going to do it, I have to do it from the jungle. Thing is, I don't have the heat. Okay, no, I can make this happen. This is definitely a highly questionable decision. Oh, I didn't plan that. I actually really thought that that vigilance was going to give me more protection than I do. Well, I'm committed, so.
Locking in target.
I probably didn't need that structure damage. Yeah.
Yes, Commander.
I have only myself to blame for that. Whatever, she was new.
Got it, Commander. Locked and loaded. Here it comes. I'm out of LRM. Can't hold it. Damn it. I'm wounded.
If I wind up losing this mission because of this insanity, I am going to be shocked and impressed. All right.
Waiting for orders.
So obviously I need vigilance. As much as I'd like to do like a targeted move.
Right, Commander.
I feel so stupid putting my entire arsenal on this thing, but it's got to go, so.
Firing everything I've got. Mover down. Waiting for orders. Copy that.
So Glitch can clean that up.
Something good. Not much armor left in that location.
I'm ready.
Alright, so we're out of LRMs. I might just take...
I'm up. Let's go.
Let's see what we can do. I might just use this guy for his sensor abilities. He's running hot.
Locked on target.
Again, it's one of these ones where if I can knock it off the board, it's better.
Good to go.
Okay. I'm not too comfortable having Glitch out of the cover. Although again, it's kind of weird on this one because I know what she's up against is probably going to have a breaching shot. So what are we looking at here? This thing's got 90, 75. Okay, so the sides are definitely weaker. The top, 105. Yeah, so we just need to pick side. I think the right is actually better in this case. No, it's the left.
Commencing Alpha Strike.
There we go.
That's a vehicle kill. Orders.
I'll admit I'm a little disappointed that I'm not able to. I definitely don't want to do another attempt at a Highlander burial, but. Okay, so if I just did a regular move. Whoa, what is the camera centered on?
Yes, Commander.
All right, there we go. That's something resembling. There we go. Again, I'm just trying to get the higher hit with the Gauss cannon. This probably won't even be a kill, but just trying to make the most of what I've got right now. Oh, but I've got the precision strike, so.
Standing by.
You know what? We're just gonna
Moving to position.
move back. I'm gonna use him for his sensors. But this is one of these cases where I don't think I want to be risking any more of my mechs.
I've got a sensor lock.
Minor damage, Commander.
Okay, now presumably we are going to be able to beat the crap out of this
Waiting for
guy.
orders. Got it. Commander.
Dropship inbound for landing, Commander. Once they secure the facility, we're dusting off. So presumably that is a call for us to occupy the facility.
On my way.
And so far as I have seen, there's no like suddenly, haha, you're in the capture zone and now you need to fight off 600 other people, but we'll try and be prepared.
Coordinates received. Coordinates received.
That's it. We've taken control of the facility, Commander. Given what we've seen here, I'm guessing the Restoration will be very pleased with our work.
Mission successful.
All right, I seem to remember we got like a good headshot on something, so the scrap should be decent. I think the problem is I'm going to have to make some hard choices, but let's not count our scrap before we see it. Probably with the repair bills. I mean, the problem is that we did so well on the previous mission that I probably got a little too cocky in terms of what the company could pull off. But anyways, we got 370, 10% of which was increased contract payment. We've heard that a few times now. Okay, Tyrant is not dead. I've got a lot of repairs on the Phoenix Hawk, obviously. Some leg repairs on the Victor, and I owe the Trebuchet a new leg as well. But as far as like stuff that we're replacing, it's actually not that bad. Now, crew is going to be another question, but okay, yes, Christmas came early, so here's the big dilemma. I kind of want a Jägermech. I kind of want that Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt's heavy skirmisher. I think I'm going to go for the safety picks, and I'm just going to kind of like take one of each. Oh, I can't. Damn it! I got a AC20++ is just too good. Fingers crossed that we get the Thunderbolt stuff, but 2/3 of a Thunderbolt. That's definitely acceptable. And we got AC5++ to replace the one that we lost, and the jump jet. Oh, that's a heavy jump jet actually. Yeah. So I could have got a big brand new mech, but honestly, I've got a catapult and a Jägermech I'll just immediately throw into storage. I'm actually not 100% sure if I would prefer the catapult or the trebuchet. I've never used the catapult before, and it's going to cost me money to bring one or the other out of storage. I guess I need to repair the trebuchet first, so we'll put the catapult into storage. The Jägermech S model is highly specialized at long-range autocannon fire support. It doesn't have much in the way of protection or close-to-range weapons, though, so keep it distant and out of harm's way.
That mech you wanted is back online.
Ah, the Catapult C1. Just like its namesake, it's good at lobbing large numbers of missiles over terrain without fear of return fire. Surprisingly, it's also not too shabby at closer ranges in a pinch. Okay, so there could be an argument for replacing the Blackjack with the Jägermech. The problem is I think the Jägermech will be too slow for my purposes. So at this point, I'm going to put it into storage. Same story with the catapult, and this is just because I need to repair the trebuchet. So, okay, repair time. So. That's right. That's their good side. So as you can see, the vectored thrust kit is part of the mech itself, so no worries there. I've always wondered about keeping the machine gun ammo in the center torso, because I seem to remember that if the ammo blows, that like blows the whole mech. Anyways, almost 250,000 C-bills and 9 days of repairs, but of course either of the mech warriors who will pilot it are in medbay for like 30 days. Yeah, Tyrant and Beefeater are out for a while. Okay, Trebuchet, let's get you a new leg. 72,000 and 2 days. And 2,000 in 1 day. Johnny will be angry about this, but I'm putting the Victor and the Trebuchet up. Dragon's gonna have to wait. Okay. To be completely honest, for the time we spent on these missions, I would sort of have wished that we have more money than we do right now. All right, have a good one, Jacob Saint. It's coming, Johnny. I've actually just hit the 3-hour mark, so I'm going to go a little bit over, but let's get some of our company maintenance taken care of. So realistically, for the barracks, we are 3 people down. The problem is that 2 of them are down longer than the financial report. So I will consider hiring a new mercenary for this. I've got 11 days travel. And they are all to pretty difficult missions. So I think what we will do instead is we'll take the opportunity to travel to a system with easier missions. We could probably handle a 3 skull. Oh, interesting. So what about a 2.5? At least take us closer. The real question is, I guess, if I'm gonna bring someone in, I might as well bring them in now and get them trained early. So go to the hiring hall. I mean, none of these are exactly the most exciting mech warriors I can pick. I could just go for on the basis of like a cool call sign. You know what? This is unacceptable. Although it's actually this might be a better argument for getting one now, so I can train him up while I'm waiting for the next port. I'm going to run the risk and we'll go to Panzer. Ah, but 16 days. Screw it. We can always fire them if they underperform. Let's get somebody who's decent at gunning. So, 6-pack. Aurigan Nobility. The Aurigan Coalition was originally formed as a trade agreement between 6 wealthy and powerful families. The founding families. Descendants of those families style themselves as lords and ladies.
New mech warriors available.
So the reason I did that is because I've invested a lot in my training. So in this particular case, I'm going to be able to get a little bit of extra XP before our next mission. We don't know what that will be, but we do know that it's going to be somewhere that's not here. So let's go to the star map. We will travel. So agriculture, battlefield, medium gravity planet, moderate population, periphery level civilization, poor, Terran world, and a travel hub. I've set a course to Panzer, Commander. Engines ready. Confirm?
Calculating course now, Commander.
We will do the travel, and before I finish off for tonight, I will share one feature specifically for Johnny Big Time. By the way, where'd you get that emote from, Johnny? I'm curious.
Hey boss, we've just completed those upgrades.
Okay, this is good. Training Module 3 is a pretty high priority for me. The drawback is any other upgrades are a bit too much for me right now. There doesn't seem to be a point in investing in the arcade. It's somewhat expensive, and to my understanding, this doesn't actually improve anything, seeing as I'm already at 50. So all of those extra buildings that I built will help me during the like emergent events, but they didn't actually give me any benefit sort of on their own. Medical is a high priority because I've got too many mech warriors out and it's taking too long, but this is 2.25 million C-bills when I have 2.75 million C-bills. It's a little too much to try and get my guys back on. Even power conduits, the way that we're at right now, I mean, I can sort of see the argument for it. I'm eventually going to need them, but at this point I think I'm just going to save my C-bills. Ah, gotcha. I should have guessed, but... Behemoth enters your quarters and snaps to attention, glancing between you and Darius. Darius stares the mech warrior down. We've had a complaint about you, soldier. Causing trouble in the mech bay? Mech tech's got a grudge against me, sir. My mech's been opened up for way longer than anybody else's, and for no good reason. I was just trying to get things moving. Darius glances at you. You buying this, Commander? Get her to stay out of the mech bay until the work's completed. Mech warrior nods, salutes, and leaves you without a word. Later that week, Darius reports in. Whatever you told Behemoth seems to have worked. The mech bay is quiet and productive again, as quiet as the mech bay can be anyway. Behemoth has gained the following traits: dependable. I was not thinking it would go that way, but there you have it.
Arrived at our destination, Commander.
Yay. And good news, Johnny, the dragon is only 7 days away from finishing. So we won't do it now, but as far as contracts are concerned, apparently there's nothing for us in Comstar. Oh, this could be bad. Okay, no, it's loading. It's actually quite a bit of work here. So assuming things don't go too bad, we should be able to knock down a few of these missions and get our money back up. And then when we're 20 days away, so it's 20 days to travel to Weldry, I need 48 rather. I need 48 before I take that contract because I want Beefeater in the fight. But in the worst case scenario, we just take some jobs so that we can run out the clock on the financial report, and then just jump between systems until we're ready to go. So once basically in 28 days, I'll take the remaining 20 to get to the mission. But we're gonna have to leave that for another day. I'm now like 20 minutes over when I wanted to finish, but for the benefit of those of you who are interested in this game, or specifically Johnny Big Time, in hopes that maybe we'll be able to do... You know what? I don't even need to do this live. We can do this on... on our own time. I will show you what the setup is for multiplayer. So you can go into skirmish. You don't have to skirmish like you can. There's chat. Really? No lobbies? I find that hard to believe. Maybe nobody is playing Battletech despite the popularity of the game. Anyways, I'm gonna go for the single player option. I've never actually used the multiplayer option
Welcome, Commander.
online, but I definitely don't want... I want to build my lance. So anyways, you've got Clash, Battle, and War. So this is basically your C-bill amount that you can spend. Let's try... Edit. All right. There should be an option to like just edit these lances on their own. It might be... Yeah, here we go. Mech Bay is what I was looking for. So basically, like, if you're... Like, even... This is the thing. This is also kind of what it's like to have the board game. I don't really play the board game that much, but I do own it. What you can do is you can say, you know, all right, I'm going to come up with the perfect lance, and then I'm going to go online, and I'm going to just wreck everyone. So... Where is it? All right. I unfortunately do not seem to have any mech warriors with excellent facial hair, but there we go. This is the big time lance. So that's a 27.4 million C-bill lance, which means, where are we? Yes, I will discard. I can't take this. I can't take this lance from Johnny. So if you were to do a...
Welcome, Commander.
Okay, so we'd have to do unlimited for this. Unless you want to have like a spare... If you want to have like a spare mech. But anyways... if you want to field a lance of all dragons, I will be perfectly happy to make sure that I don't go past the the spend cap. Heavy assault is a locust, a commando, a thunderbolt, and a king crab. I was gonna say, it's like heavy assault. This doesn't really seem all that heavy with the locust and the commando in there, but yeah, I suppose if you had a king crab, it's all right. Heavy battle, Atlas, Hunchback, Vindicator. Look, I could work with this lance. This is like a lance of like my favorite mechs. Cavalry is a Victor, Wolverine, Griffin. Thing is, like the Griffin, I've never quite been able to make work for me. So Fire is an awesome Jaeger mech, Blackjack, and a Firestarter. I can see it. I definitely have another group I'd work with. I've never used a Banshee before. Striker. I can see this one working. I've been able to make Jenners work in the past, so. And then the support, Jenner, Trebuchet. Oh yeah. No, I could definitely make this one work. Double Trebuchets with a Jenner running around. The only thing is, I'd really prefer to have a high guts, like a high guts pilot in there would be better, because basically you're able to push that thing as high as you can go. Anyways, so yes, whether you want to go against the AI or whether you'd like to go against other humans, there is multiplayer inside of the game. To my understanding, so once you're done the campaign, like so career, it recommends that you do after you've played the campaign at least once. I think career is a way that you can get past like the tutorial. The tutorial for this game is nice, but it's it definitely goes a bit long in my opinion. Like if you already know how to play the game, I do find the first couple of missions a little frustrating to try and get through, but we'll try career later. Anyways, like I said, I need to finish streaming because I have a bunch of stuff to do up to and including recording a new Elder Scrolls episode. It looks like the Cool Eagle is online with Divinity Original Sin, so I am going to host him tonight. Sorry, I would love to pass things along on Battletech, but it's actually been a while since I've hosted the Cool Eagle. So just a quick reminder. Let me double check that I've got the right address. I am signing off right now specifically so that I can do a specifically so that I can record the next Elder Scrolls Morrowind episode. That means there is the possibility, if there is a problem with the upload, it may not be live for 7. I'm going to do my best to do that. And I'll mention on Twitter if that doesn't go through. Wednesday and Friday are still on for regular casting times, but the Friday after next, so next week on Friday, I am taking that time off for myself. I'd like to go and do the Global Game Jam. So this week, business as usual with the possible hiccup of tomorrow. But next week, there's going to be one fewer cast. Until then, Johnny Big Time says, my dream is to have a full team of dragons against your best team and completely obliterate you live on stream so that you are left speechless, and then you stream the dragon. All right, well, we know what we're doing this weekend then. Anyways, guys, thank you very much. Oh, you scream. Okay. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you, everybody, for the host, especially Azure Wind, who I haven't seen before, but it was very nice having you here, as well as anybody who was from Azure Wind stream. I know I'm kind of taking my time on this exit. And again, I normally host a Battletech stream because, of course, that's what brought all of you good people here. But the Cool Eagle does often do Battletech, so he's one of the reasons I want to send you all here. All right. Have a good one, everybody. Thanks.